There are so many fragrances that are on counter right now that I decided to take a moment to stroll in and smell them, new and old. And yeah, I have thoughts. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. The Santa Maria here, and today, as you all can tell, the girl decided to do a lovely stroll through the mall and just to go and smell and play in all the newness. That included makeup, but in this case, we're specifically talking about fragrances. And all of these are designer fragrances because that's usually what's majority in the mall. Let's just call it what it is. Some of these you all have asked me my thoughts on, and some of these I've just personally just been curious on. And then there is one in here, I'm gonna save that one to the end, that I wasn't checking for, but oh, it found me. And we got to talk about it some more. So that's what we're going to do today. But as always, Els, before we get all the way into this stroll through the mall and what, since I got my nose on, you know what we must talk about first. Lipstick of the day today, everyone. I'm enjoying my peachy nude era. I've been wearing a lot of these type of colors in my last few videos. So here we are. This is MAC and this is Taupe, an oldie but goodie. It's a deep brownie peach color that I am enjoying. Check it out. I did throw a gloss on top. This is MAC Oyster Girl gloss, which I will link below. That's an oldie but goodie in the MAC world. So you all know everything, as always, will be in the description box, so you don't have to look for it. Next up, we have fragrance of the day. This is one that I remember I wasn't checking for as much, but it was a love at first sniff and I bought it immediately. Another stroll through the mall moment. This was back during fall 2022, and I'm talking about none other than Burberry Her the Elixir. You all, this whole in-between weather that's happening right now, where it's hot, cold, winter's still fighting, spring is getting whooped, you know, this type of scents work for this because it's still thick and creamy, but it's sweet. So this is perfectly doing what I needed to do while we're trying to figure out what we're going to wear today. Are we going to wear a jacket? Are we wearing a tank top? Like, you know, Burberry Her Elixir is fitting the bill. And she's so creamy and good. Yes, I'm enjoying her. Still enjoying her. So as always, Els, like I said, it's spring 2023. I decided to take my seasonal stroll through the mall just to go be nosy and play in things and smell things and decide if I want to add things to my cart for later or, you know, buy something then and there, you know. But in this case, I just literally went to be nosy. And so I started out in Macy's. It's a combination of going to Macy's, Ulta, and Sephora, by the way. So those are like the three main players here. This is a fragrance, the first one I'm going to talk about. Y'all have really hyped this up. It's been hyped up a lot here on YouTube. I've seen it a little bit on TikTok as well. Not so much on Instagram, but the fragrance I'm talking about is not brand new, but it's not super old either. The fragrance I'm referring to is from the house of Jean Paul Gaultier, and this is the La Belle Eau de Parfum. So the original one. It's the one, well, I have pictures in here inserted. Y'all know I do that. So let's talk about La Belle. Everybody raves about, you know, it's this pear note, it's this thick, syrupy goodness, it's a man magnet, all of that type of stuff. Y'all, so let me tell you, I have smelled this fragrance before and just in passing, and to be fair, the head elf was with me and he liked it on the paper, right? But I was like, oh no, well, I'll revisit it, we'll see when I have more time to, you know, play in it like what I did today, right? Played in this some more, you all, and this scent, it starts out juicy, but then it kind of turns sour. And I was so disappointed in it, and I'm so glad I did not like blind. Well, it wasn't going to be a blind purchase because, to be fair, I have smelled it before. But to really take my time with it, play in it, put a little bit on the skin, that type of thing, it turned sour on me. I was like, I'm sad because I really wanted to get into this whole juicy pear thing that everybody rants and raves about with the La Belle perfume, you all. I know there is a Le Parfum that's like a more intense version, but I'm officially not checking for it at this point. I'm just not. So La Belle was a no. Now the next fragrance we're going to talk about, this one I wasn't really checking for. I kind of was in the middle of purchasing a skincare product at the moment, but then I saw they had it out on display and I said, oh, this is new. I'm normally not a big fan of this line and it's very petty. I hate the bottles. I hate the bottles. But I said, you know what? I'm curious. I have time. So you all, I sprayed the brand new Good Girl blush from the house of Carolina Herrera, right? You know, the cute shoe. I got a picture up here for you. Wow. It's the baby pink one, just for those that might be wondering, because they have so many fragrances now out from that line. You can get confused and mixed up. Now, to be fair, I did say I like the red one, the Very Good Girl, before. If I was going to purchase one in the past, it would have been the red one, but I still hate the bottle. I can't get past it. But moving forward, back to the blush. Y'all, I sprayed the blush, let her take her moment, let her take her time to settle in and all that. She's cute. She's very cute. She doesn't smell as heavy to me as her sisters. She's definitely the baby sister for sure. But I can definitely see how this would be a it girl scent, a pretty girl type of scent, a dainty girl type of scent. If you're going to a garden party, a brunch, a high tea, I can definitely see that type of vibe, that type of girl wanting this scent because she's powdery, she's cute, she's fluffy to me. She's not heavy, but she's fluffy. I don't foresee her lasting as long as her sisters. That's just my opinion. But else, if you have good girl blush, let me know, comment below. Because again, this is me shopping first impressions, essentially what I'm doing. But I'm not mad at the scent. I'm not mad at her. She cute. She look cute. Now this next fragrance, you all have asked me actually on here, and I've had a few else DM me about this scent, and this is a conversation piece because the bottle is so outlandish. It's very loud and flamboyant, and I'm talking about from the house of Paco Rabanne, and we're talking about the Fame fragrance. It's all metallic. It's doing a whole lot. And that alone, when I saw there was actually a bottle on display while I was at Sephora, and I said, you know what, let me smell this fragrance because the bottle is doing too much for me. I'm like, ugh. It's a little ugly, it's a little gaudy. But I said, you know what though? I'm gonna at least give it the benefit of the doubt to at least smell it and sample it, you know, that type of thing. Y'all, let me tell you something. With Fame is tricky. So let me tell you, I sprayed it on paper. Absolutely love the opening because it has a mango note, right? So you think, oh, this is kind of fruity. Finally, a designer scent that's giving us a more fruity vibe so we don't have to go and spend niche money, right? But something said, wait a minute. I want to see if this is going to hold up on my skin, right? Sprayed it on my skin and continued to walk around, shop, continue. So that way it really had a lot of time to settle in on my skin, right? I don't know what happened, but the mango went away and it just dissolved into this blob of a generic scent. It just smelled like all the perfume counter fragrances at once. And I was like, wait a minute, what happened to that opening? What happened? What happened? So this is a fragrance, the Fame fragrance, y'all. This is one that please do not go off of your initial spray. Please let it sit and smell it past 5 minutes because it changed. And I didn't like how it changed. Very, very generic. I'm very disappointed in it considering how flamboyant the bottle is. I would have loved for it just been a hardcore of a mango scent and I would have been like here for it. Even a spicy mango, but that didn't happen. So Fame, don't be deceived by the bottle. Please do not purchase it by the bottle. Smell it first. Now the next 3 fragrances are all from the same house, but different situation, and we're gonna talk about it. So okay, you all, the next fragrance we're gonna talk about, I was in Ulta at the time when I smelled this because they had a lot of fragrances out and nobody was in the store, so I could really take my time, right? So you all, let me tell you, I finally got to smell, this is an oldie but goodie, Givenchy's Irresistible, the eau de parfum. I was like, okay, I've seen people say they like it. I've seen people list it as a signature scent for them. So I was intrigued and I happen to like Givenchy. It's an interesting house. They do fragrance as well, in my opinion, for a designer. Very nice. The Irresistible, y'all, that original, I ain't like it. I didn't like it. It wasn't doing enough for me. It wasn't. I was so disappointed. I just knew it was going to give me what I needed. I knew it was going to be more of a classic feminine scent, and that's okay because I'm really in that mood right now, especially this year. Maybe it's the wedding planning, I don't know, but I'm in this whole classic feminine vibe right now. It's a whole thing. Irresistible, the original, I'm sorry, I can resist you. I can, unfortunately, I can. Sad face. Now the next fragrance I have smelled multiple times before, but I wanted to revisit it because I'm still trying to decide, do I even need this one when I have one of its sisters that I absolutely adore? And from the house of Givenchy, my elves can probably guess, that is Givenchy L'Interdite. So this is the original EDP, right? Because you all know I love the Rouge version. The sexy siren spicy sister that we love so much with the tuberose and the spices going on. We love her. We love her. I do have a full dedicated review on L'Interdite Rouge on the channel for those that might be interested in that one. But back to the original one. It is a tuberose bomb and it does have a pear note, right? So I smelled this one. And after continuing to smell it and inhale it and really feel it, I don't feel like I need it. It's not that I hate it, but it's just, I like the Rouge more. I just like the rouge more, and I'm really glad I discovered rouge first, which is kind of backwards considering it's the newest flanker. That type of thing. It's really backwards, but I'm glad I discovered rouge before I discovered the original. I still like the original, but it's one of those things of, if I didn't know rouge existed, then I would like the original more, but since I know better, I did better, that type of thing. So I'm very kind of happy that that kind of happened like that. So I just want to smell it, but I'm not like, I need it. So Givenchy L'Interdit, I think it's beautiful for spring though. So I do recommend it as a spring fragrance, but I'm not feeling like I'm going to purchase it. So that's my thoughts on the original. Now, this last fragrance, I was not checking for. I was not supposed to be here for this one. This is the point of taking your time just to stroll through the mall. It is not being about just going in there with a mission. This is about taking your time and allowing yourself to just mosey on through, drift through the aisles, and then you end up discovering something that's like, So in this case, as y'all have seen, I was already over in the Givenchy area, right? So then I said, okay, smelled the Irresistible. Then I smelled the L'Interdit, right, the original. But then I saw that Ulta had the new Givenchy Irresistible Rose Velvet out, and they had a big bottle out as a tester. We had plenty of test strips. I had coffee beans, and I had skin to play in it. Y'all, let me tell you something. I smelled this scent and I just said, wow. Oh, wow. Have you ever smelled something that just literally smells like romance? It just smells like every romantic movie, every romantic novel you can think of. I mean, that is this scent. It's just love and romance in a bottle. And I'm just like, how? And why am I just now realizing you exist? Now, to be fair, this fragrance is a newer release. It came out like either at the end of 2022 or going into early 2023. So it's a new fragrance. So it's not one of those like long lost discoveries, but it's just one of those I wasn't checking for. And you all know I normally talk about new releases, right? This one on my radar at all, but y'all, it just smells like love and romance, and it has a vintage vibe to it, but in a way that's still modern, y'all. You know what? In fact, I'm gonna get into the notes for this one because out of all of these, let me tell you something. I would purchase a bottle of this immediately, and in fact, if y'all see it in a haul sooner rather than later, don't be shocked. Y'all know why. In fact, elves, I'm gonna read you all the notes on this fragrance. Let me get into it. So we have top notes of pink peppercorn, blackcurrant, and neroli. Interesting. Middle, we have luscious rose and iris, and we have a base of patchouli, sandalwood, and musk. Y'all, the name is true, velvety floral, because you're still getting your rose, but it still has that fruitiness because you got that blackcurrant and neroli going on. But then it's smooth. It's really smooth. You want to talk about a feminine, elegant scent that is dead on spring. This isn't summer. This is no other season. This isn't fall. This is a spring fragrance, and guess what? I want it. I want it. I didn't even know I needed this scent, but I want it. I want it. So if y'all see it in a haul, like I said, sooner rather than later, you know why. But elves, I highly recommend, because like I said, I smelled this one on display in Ulta, so which I was shocked. I was like, okay, Ulta stepping it up with what they have on available to test and smell. So please, elves, get your nose on this Givenchy Irresistible Rose Velvet. Y'all, this is beautiful. This is beautiful and it's romantic. So if you're looking for something that's giving that type of vibe, highly suggest getting your nose on this one because wow. So all right, elves, that wraps up my edition of me strolling through the mall, doing some fragrance shopping and smelling and sniffing because y'all, wow. I'm still shook and stuck on this Givenchy Irresistible Rose Velvet. Just wow. So if you take nothing else from this video, that's the one. But alas, that is what I've been smelling. Elves, let me know what fragrances did you all smell on your last mall trip, or if you even bought some samples or got a sample in the mail, that type of thing. What's a fragrance that stood out to you? You was like, I wasn't checking for that, but I kind of need it now. Let me know in the comments below, because I know y'all always are opinionated. Y'all always are smelling stuff just like I am. That's why this is a community here. But until next time, elves, I will catch y'all in the next video. Bye, y'all.